Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, from the title, I think it's pretty self-explanatory that in today's video, we will be focusing on YBR Chopper again. Now, you might be wondering why I'm making another video on him, and well, there are many reasons as to why I'm making this, so if you watch the full video, you will most likely understand why. But just to shorten it down for you guys, is basically, this guy is a cringy piece of shit, and the content he makes is not only awful and easy to find problems with, which I have already said those things in my first video on him, but there are also just many other reasons which I felt were worth pointing out, which I didn't in my first video, and that's why I am making this. But the reason why I refer to my other video on YBR Chopper as the first one is because I made a discussion type video after that first one I made, where I basically just talked over what had been going on with that video and the comments I received and etc. So I guess you could technically class this video as the third one, although in terms of them being commentary videos, this one would class as the second or follow-up video to my last one. And I just want to say thanks to everyone who supported my first video I made on this guy, and obviously you guys seem to enjoy it based off the likes and the comments I received. Well, other than YBR Chopper and his fans. Now, this guy made a stream around a week ago now where he was playing Fortnite with YBR Shoot Shotz, and for whatever reason, this guy talks in some subhuman gangster language, which, can I just add, really doesn't suit him. And in fact, it makes him sound more like a fucking clown. And apparently, YBR Chopper classes that as talking normally. Are you sure?
How am I talking? I am talking normal. All y'all niggas talking shit, nigga, why don't y'all fucking pull up, nigga? I really dropped the addy on y'all bitch ass niggas. Fuck off, put that on mama, nigga.
Honestly, the way he speaks in that stream is probably the cringiest thing I've ever heard from an 11-year-old, sorry, 13-year-old. And I thought this was bad.
Yo, yeah, it's like the bifter, I'm gonna rape your little sister.
Yep, somehow I was wrong. Besides that, there are many retarded points he makes throughout that stream, and I took a few clips from it, which I wanted to commentate on, and yeah, hopefully when I get to some of the parts of his stream, you guys will form a pretty clear understanding as to why I'm making this follow-up video. This video won't be completely focused on his stream, but it will take up quite a big amount of this video's duration. Anyways, I'ma just show you guys the first clip.
Cause I don't even give a fuck if y'all niggas care about if I say the N-word. What y'all really finna do? I don't even give a shit if y'all pull up.
Okay, so here we have a prime example of this kid being a cocky ass. And what particularly bothers me is that he thinks he holds full right to say the N-word. Obviously nowadays there are a lot of people who tend not to give a shit when a white person says the word, and people often are allowed to say whatever they want as long as they are willing to accept what can come as a result from saying particular things. Now, it's not in my control whether or not this guy says the N-word, considering he is quite clearly white, but as a somewhat commentary channel, I have full entirety to pull you out for it, Chopper. He does later go on to make excuses as to why he holds the N-word pass, although let's just say he clearly doesn't have a fucking clue what ethnicity he is. I can't judge by looking at him where he is from and whether or not he actually has the right to say the word, but like I say, even if he was a fully white American citizen, that still wouldn't prevent him from using the word. But what I will say is that it does not in any way, shape or form make him sound cool. And this is the thing with this guy, he only says the word because he thinks it adds to this black rapper persona of his, and the reality is, he is not black and never will be. Sorry to break it to you, it's not at all an issue that you're not black, so stop pretending that you're something you're not and just fucking accept the reality, you deluded arsewipe. Just put it simply, you're not black, so don't say the N-word. Is it really that hard?
You're not cool because you said the N-word. Bro, you don't even know what, my religion is. Oh shit, hold up.
Wait, hold on a damn minute, did he just say you don't know my religion? Just to correct you there, I think you meant ethnicity. You see, this is a problem with kids as young as they are. They mix up nationality, religion and ethnicity, which are three very different things, although they can be quite related, which is probably why he is mixing them up. I will explain what I mean by this later in the video, but already you can tell this kid doesn't have a clue what he's on about. And that's what makes me laugh most about this guy, is that that he is too young to understand anything he's talking about, because he just thinks he knows what he's on about and acts like one who speaks with authority, especially when he has YBR Shoot Shotz and his squeaky mates around him, when actually he is far off from intelligent. Yep, truth hurts sometimes. I guess that's another thing you're gonna have to learn to accept, just like the fact that you're not black. Also, what is YBR Shoot Shotz doing in the background? It sounds like he's slurping on a Capri Sun or some shit. Just a suggestion for you, if you're gonna slurp your drink, maybe don't do it right next to the mic. That would be very much appreciated.
You don't even know what you don't even know his nationality, and he's not white. Right, you're not white.
Yeah, nigga, I'm not white, bro. I'm only half. I'm mostly Latino.
He's mostly Latino, like me.
Yes.
Okay, firstly, I don't think nationality was the right word to use there. Like I said earlier, this kid is too fucking young to understand what he's talking about, and I will pop up on screen the difference between the definition of nationality and ethnicity. Nationality implies the place of a person's birth, so it is simply the national identity of an individual. On the other hand, the ethnicity reflects the cultural and ancestral identity of a person. Also, I wanted to show you guys this screenshot for more closure on the subject. Ethnicity refers to a person's identity in relation to the social, cultural, or religious group. Nationality connotes membership of a person in the country, describing his or her connection with the political state. So yeah, being Latino that you claim to be has nothing to do with nationality. That's an ethnicity, you retard. Latino refers to being from Latin America, which is South America and the bottom part of North America, and Latin America is a multi-ethnic home to people of different ethnic and national backgrounds. So if you are Latino, that would have to mean that you are from any of the countries in South America, Central America, or the Caribbean. Unless you're lying and you are purely American, then I don't know. Also, I love how him and YBR Shoot Shotz think saying that they're Latino makes a fucking excuse to say the N-word, because quick newsflash, it doesn't. So like I said, your nationality could be of any country in South America, Central America, or the Caribbean, and guess what? Not all people from those countries are black. And in this case, you are one of those people. What I don't get is why he says he isn't white, because he quite clearly is. Even if you're Latino, that doesn't make you black. In your case, you are a white Latino individual. And I hate how he says he isn't white, because the thing is, when he thinks of being white, he probably associates that with being European or American, when it fucking doesn't. You can be a white Asian, a white Mexican, a white British person, white American, white Australian, and same thing goes for those people. They are still white, so they shouldn't say the N-word. If you were a black Latino individual, then sure, you would have full right to say it, but you're not black, which is the same point I've referred back to multiple times throughout this video. I mean, just taking a look at one photo of him, I think it's pretty fucking obvious that he's white. What's sad about this clip is that YBR Shoot Shotz sounds like he's trying to convince YBR Chopper that he isn't white. I'll just replay that part of the clip for you all.
And he's not white. Right, you're not white.
Yeah, nigga, I'm not white, bro.
As you can see, he says he's not white, right? You're not white. It's just funny how he has to say right to YBR Chopper as if they're not 100% sure. Like, come on, if YBR Chopper was in his own right to say the N-word and was Latino, why didn't he fucking say it earlier in the stream when someone in the live chat first pulled you out for saying it? Not that being Latino necessarily makes an excuse, because you can still be white, but it's just weird that he only brings it up when YBR Shoot Shotz says right. It just seems like at the last minute your little mate has tried to dig you out of a hole for saying the N-word, and then for the rest of the video you go along with that same excuse, oh, I'm Latino. I just don't get why he sounds so unsure of what ethnicity he is. What's funny though, other than the fact that being Latino doesn't make an excuse, is also that during the slave trade in the 1600s, the Caribbean, being a part of Latin America, was a main destination of where the African slaves were sent off to labour. So whilst you're not only white, you're trying to use being Latino as an excuse to say the N-word, when part of Latin America where you're allegedly from is where slaves were sent. And the N-word was infamously used to enslave black people, especially around the time of the slave trade, so you're not really making things much better for yourself, are you, Chopper? So I guess your only shitty excuse has gone out of the window at this point. Instead of trying to justify why you think you can say the N-word, why don't you just simply simply not say it at all. I mean, I'm white as well and I can manage not to quite easily, but I guess if you no longer say the word, it won't give off this persona of yours that wants to be a black person. Well, tough tits, mate, that's something called reality, so get used to it. Also, I do apologise if that segment was quite long. I just had a lot to commentate on and a lot of points, so anyways, I'm just going to get on to the next part of the stream.
No, I'm not black, bro. I'm Latino. Hispanic shit. Just because I look white doesn't mean I'm white. Just because I look white doesn't mean I'm white.
Okay, so from a perspective, you are technically right. You might appear as white, but in ethnical terms, you are Latino and not actually white in terms of your ethnicity. However, if we're talking about your tone of skin, you are very clearly white. And for those people watching this video right now who are mentally retarded and think every time I refer to him being white, that in fact I mean he is white Caucasian, well, you are completely wrong. Just to put it out there, I am on about his skin tone. He may not be white like I am, being a white British person, but he is still a white Latino person, whether that be that he is Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian, whatever. Either way, he just sounds stupid, to be honest, saying I'm white, but I'm not white. Like, just cut to the point, you're white Latino, or in other words, you're white Hispanic, whichever you prefer. Honestly, what a way to over-confuse things.
Where is the black paint on your skin? Wait, what? Nigga, I'm not black, bro. I'm white. I'm Latino white shit.
Oh my god, he finally cleared up all the confusion. Thank you, Chopper. If there was any slight bit of respect in me for you at all, it would have to be the fact that after continuously arguing to make a point that you're not white and that you're something else, you finally came to the conclusion that you're a white Latino. Fuck me, it took a long time to put that point across to him. I feel like I spent too much of this video complaining about ethnicities and who should have the right to say the N-word, so I'm gonna try and focus on other things he said throughout his stream and maybe mention some things that aren't from the stream later in the video. But just before I do that, there is one last thing I wanted to mention to do with the fact that this kid doesn't have a clue what he's on about, and this clip here from later in the stream pretty much proves that. Even though this kid claims he is Latino or Hispanic, which bear in mind are two completely different ethnicities, he actually doesn't have any fucking idea what he really is.
I'm mostly Hispanic Latino. I don't even know what the fuck, bro.
And from that small clip, I think it's more than likely at this point that the guy is talking through his anal cavity. Like, he doesn't, for one, know the difference between being Latino and being Hispanic, which I will provide screenshots to distinguish the differences in the two ethnical terms, but two, he doesn't even know what his ethnicity really is. And it doesn't even take brains to realise that. Just from providing you guys with that clip from within the stream, that proves that he could be easily, like I said earlier, using the words I'm Latino as a defence mechanism to try and dig himself out of a hole for saying the N-word. Well, I mean, firstly, that was a waste of time because being Latino doesn't prove shit or give you any more reason to say the word than it does for me, but also if he knew crystal clear what his own ethnicity was, then why on earth would he mix up being Latino with Hispanic? It just doesn't add up really, does it? And that's where I think his mate YBR Shoot Shotz was trying to get him out of the situation he got himself into, because you wouldn't go wrong identifying your own ethnicity. Sorry I have to keep using that word as there isn't really any other word for it, but at this point, if he can't even understand whether he is Hispanic or a Latino person, then I don't know what went wrong really. Like, at this point, you could be fucking Chinese. So, like I said, he could be one of the two and is too young to realise which one he is, but at the same time, he could be neither at all and just thought using Latino as a defence would find him with more excuses to say the N-word. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems weird that he is incapable to see the distinction between the two, and I will now show you guys quickly the two definitions. Hispanic refers to language. Hispanic, if you and or your ancestry come from a country where they speak Spanish. On the other hand, Latino refers to geography, specifically to Latin America, to people from the Caribbean. And the countries that are classed as Latino are listed below. So yeah, I guess the big question is, which one of the two are you? And if you're not either of them, then please tell me, because you've not made it very transparent to your viewers. Anyways, we're gonna move on, like I promised, to a different subject of his stream that doesn't relate back to his ethnicity or nationality.
But now since y'all in the live stream, I'll fuck y'all up. Oh god. Like, y'all niggas know how to text. I put that on God, they know how to text, but y'all cannot fight. Oh god. Especially Lil Rude, bro. I seen this dumbass fight his sister.
Okay, firstly, how are you gonna fuck us all up from behind a screen? You just said, but now you're all joined the live stream, I'll fuck you all up. Where is the logic in that? How are you possibly gonna beat anyone up through a live video broadcast? Like, are you genuinely lacking in brain cells or what? Like, if we're talking in metaphorical terms here and you mean through speech, you're gonna fuck us up. Lad, I'm honestly terrified. Like, I'm absolutely mortified of you. Okay, being genuine for a second, literally nobody feels threatened by you whatsoever, Chopper, so please quit trying to play the hard gangster. And to repeat the words of iCitrus FFA, shout out to him by the way, just go back to playing with your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, mate. And the second thing I wanted to point out, you're saying that none of us that were in the live chat can fight. Please tell me how from looking at a bunch of messages, how that possibly correlates with how one fights in person. What a shitty assumption to make, considering you don't know any of us personally. Also, how the fuck are you gonna make jokes about how Lil Root fights his sister when you uploaded probably one of the most petty bitch fights between you and your little brother to your Green Thames Information channel?
You hit hard, man. Yeah.
So yeah, before you say other people can't fight, maybe take another glance at how you fight, which I say heavily in quotation marks, and maybe start to realise that you slap like a pathetic preschooler. Just a bit of alliteration there for you all. But yeah, to be honest, YBR Chopper just making that statement that we can't fight makes him look fairly hypocritical. The thing is, when he watches this video, he's probably going to say, oh, I was going easy on him. Yeah, bet you were, mate. Bet you were going easy on him. If you're gonna go around and criticise how other people fight when you've not even met any of us, mate, you'd have to be a B-Tech Mike Tyson before you start making those fucking statements. Also, one last thing before I move on, which is worth mentioning about that god-awful video, is that the maximum quality that it can go up to is 360p, and I swear it was recorded in like 10 FPS. Like, what were you recording that video on? A Kyocera slider or some shit? Jesus, we're not in 2003 anymore. Anyway, what oddly surprised me about that video is that it's the first one of YBR Chopper's videos that doesn't have black bars on the sides of the screen, but still, the quality and FPS definitely needs improving, and don't think upscaling it is going to make any difference, because trust me, it will make it even worse. And this goes for every video that he makes by camera recording. Like, it just hurts my eyes watching them. Please do something about it. Anyways, I'm gonna move on.
You can't read, that is true though. I didn't walk up. I didn't walk up. I didn't walk up.
Yo, bro, look what I said.
I mean, your name is.
Hey, hold on, bro. I got tell niggas something, bro. This guy can't read doesn't mean I can't fight.
Oh my god, guys, let's get an F in the chat. This kid can't read. Oh my. Has he not been to school? Like, he's 11, well, he claims he's 13, but like, the point is, you should be past primary school at this point, or elementary school as you call it in America. I don't get how you are the age you claim to be and still cannot read or write, which he does mention later. Like, are you remotely arsed? Because that is really bad that you can't make coherent sentences that don't include the N-word about 50 times, as well as phrases like, on God, and on my mama cuz. Like, you don't seem to realise how dumb you sound. Like, the words you use in your conversations and the state of your grammar is absolute ass. Like, you seriously need to consider getting back to school as soon as possible, because you sound like one of those dropout wannabe gang members who do drug dealing around the back of a local Morrison's supermarket. Also, why do you feel proud saying you can fight? Like, that matters most in the world than being able to fluently speak without messing up on words as simple as the word atom? And are you sure you can fight? I mean, I'm not so convinced from what I've seen so far.
Wait, hold on.
Like, that's
Tom. There you go. I got that shit straight, nigga.
And this is what I was referring to before. Basically, I called him smaller than an atom in the live chat, basically meaning he is irrelevant and small in the world considering how much of an ego he has. And yeah, that's coming from me with 31 subs currently, but let's not forget that this kid most likely sub-botted his way to 1.5k subs. I mean, this is all theories, but it wouldn't surprise me at all considering that he has to use like 15 fake accounts or more to come and back him up in the comment section of mine and iCitrus FFA's videos on him. Like, I can show you guys the analytics of this guy's channel, and let's just say the sub growth in the space of 7 days, which was between the 3rd and 10th of February, was suspicious as fuck. Look at the spike in subs between January the 13th and March the 2nd. I don't think for a 1.5k channel that is normal, to be honest, especially the fact that he got 333 subs in 7 days. And he will most likely say that he blew up in that time, but I have more suspicions about this. As you guys know, my first video on YBR Chopper was made on Sunday the 26th of April, and I was receiving comments off channels that were all made 2 weeks ago. Now, the channels that commented on iCitrus FFA's videos that look equally as dubious were all made when? 2 months ago. Now, thinking of when iCitrus made his video, that was on the 4th of May. Now, take in mind that YouTube isn't specific with what dates the accounts were made, but think roughly 2 months back from when iCitrus FFA made his video. When was that? The beginning of April, which is around the same time when the spike in subs decreased. So those accounts that commented on Erin's video and dislike spammed were made within the 13th of January and the 2nd of March. If that's not the slightest bit fucking suspicious, then I don't know what is. As for the channels that commented on my video when I made it on the 26th of April, those were, at the time, all made 2 weeks ago. Now, thinking back 2 weeks from my video, when was that, you may ask? Around the 12th of April. And this wasn't a very big spike in subs, but look here, within the week of April 6th to the 13th, he went up 10 subs. And how many people commented on my video that were made 2 weeks ago at the time? 6 or 7 of them. So would it surprise me if they were 6 or 7 of the channels that subbed to YBR Chopper in that space of time? No, not at all. Because you can tell they are fake accounts. I've just given you guys plenty of proof that they are, based on the fact that they were all made at the same times, especially around the time where YBR Chopper had significant spikes in subs. And for another thing, with both mine and Erin's videos, the subs did the same thing. The moment YBR Chopper made the posts about us on his discussion tab with both our videos, the channels came in and commented in the same hour. What? If he's gonna deny that he has fake accounts after all the proof I've just shown, that I think all of us can admit is seriously questionable, which he most likely will do because even on stream he denied it, but he can't say they aren't fake at this point because it's just beyond obvious. So maybe I do have 30 odd subs at the moment, but at least I have real subs that I don't have to receive through sub botting. I guarantee he also got a large amount of the other subs within that huge spike of sub growth from sub for subbing, and I have heard people tell me that he has done sub for sub, but I'm not going to say who because they want me to keep their identity anonymous. But like, at this point, there's no point doubting it, Chopper, whether you like to hear people expose you or not. I know at this point that you have fake accounts, and a shit ton of them as well. No second thoughts. Now, for the rest of the stream, he just goes on about irrelevant shite, and towards the part where I left the stream, he said he respected me after I remained in the live chat after everyone else from my side left. And honestly, I don't care if you say you have respect for me just because I stayed on your cancerous stream. Like, I'm still making this video on you anyways, and your content is lacking improvement, so I'm not going to be fooled by your kind words. Anyways, just before I mention one last thing in this video, I thought I'd show you part of the stream before YBR Chopper said he respected me, where he said I have mental issues. What an accusation that is.
Everyone needs to understand that Zypha has mental issues.
I mean, that is true. He does have mental problems. We do need to understand, bro. Like, he has mental issues. Like, he's making a video on a 6-year-old. Right? Like, I'm a 6-year-old, that's what they're saying.
He said, how do I have mental problems?
I just told you, you're roasting a 6-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He's actually going to say that just for making a joke about him being 6 years old, that I then have mental issues for making a video on a 6-year-old. But the fact is, you're going to say I have mental issues when who's the one who 1 minute starts talking complete shite about me, only to later say you respect me?
Zypha, bro. I ain't gonna care, bro. You the only real nigga here. But Zypha? Nigga, you manned up, bro. That shit, respect, bro. Respect. Like, I actually kind of respect Zypha now, bro.
Like, what the fuck? 1 minute you're hating on me, next minute you're saying nice shit. Sounds like bipolar to me. So who here really has the mental issues? But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about the live stream in this video. As you can see, it does take up a huge amount of this video's duration, so I guess this video is mainly focused on the retarded points he says on stream. And one last thing, I may have missed some things from the stream that were slightly worth mentioning, but I realised how long this video has gotten to and decided to maybe leave some stuff out that weren't as relevant as the other stuff I talked about. This video will be about 26 to 27 minutes long, so longer than the first video. Hopefully that doesn't bother you guys too much. There is one last thing I saw get mentioned on Chopper's discussion tab that I found ridiculously stupid, which I'm gonna get to in a second, but I want to say sorry, sorta, that I ramble on so much for the most part of this video about ethnicities and the usage of the M-word. But yeah, it's something I think he makes many dumb points on, and he acts like he's black for some strange reason. I'm not apologising for pulling him out for it, because he shouldn't be saying it the amount that he does, but I guess it's the fact that it took up like 14 minutes of the video instead of talking about other points. But hey, I guess I had a lot of points on it, so I guess why not? But yeah, like I was saying about the discussion tab, is that I came across this. Don't come asking me for features if you don't have the money, which can I just briefly say before I end out this video, why are you acting like you're more superior than others, acting like people are going to be coming to you asking for features and saying like, ooh, if you have no money, don't come asking. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Some godly figure that is worth people wasting money on to be in a song with you? Like, shut the fuck up. If you heard me mentioning him having an ego earlier in this video, well, you can probably see why I said it now. He thinks people are actually lowlife enough to waste $5 for a melody, $10 for a verse, and $20 to be in half the song. What the hell? So doesn't that then mean that it's £40 to take over the whole song from you, which you probably won't allow anyways, but putting it into perspective, that is an utter waste of valuable money. Like, I'm sorry, who's gonna come crawling to you asking for features? Lad, you're literally the worst internet rapper wannabe I've ever listened to. Take that as an opinion all you like, but a lot of people aren't going to accept those rip-off prices just to be in a song with YBR Chopper. If anything, you'll be getting paid by all the delusional fucks with nothing better to do with their life. But anyways, hopefully the majority of you enjoyed this video, as I'm sure Chopper himself will yet again come and dislike spam me and comment with a load of fake accounts, which if you do use any of the accounts I've mentioned in this video, or any other ones that look just as suspicious, then you've instantly proven my point that you have fake accounts. Not like you already admitted it on stream, but it will prove my point if you come into the comments and use fake accounts. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching, and also for getting me to 30 subscribers. I did mention this already on my Instagram, but I really appreciate it, and I can't wait for what's to come in the future for this channel. Like, we're doing very well at the moment, support-wise, considering I've only had the channel for a month and a bit, so thank you for that. But yeah, I can't wait for iCitrus FFA's follow-up video on this cringy twat, and I can tell it's gonna be good, and yeah, hopefully he points out anything that I didn't. But that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy, please smash the like button to let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already, as it's completely free and it really helps me out in the long run. And other than that, I shall see you all in the next one. Goodbye.